Hello viewers, hopefully you can hear me, picture's sound clear and the sound is clear. Welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship, and it's the Team Constructors race today, taking place at the wonderful Misano circuit. Really like this track. I know it's a love-hate relationship with this one. Some people love it, some people hate it. Quite a technical track. It does really push you a little bit. A couple of really difficult bends to get the angles right. At the end of the first straight, T1, 2 and 3 are quite difficult to get the balance right, and then we've got a couple of sharp corners as well. Well, all hell could break loose on that very first lap. So let's have a quick look at the standings as they are. So the Old Boys Network, pretty much, I'm not going to say out in front, but they're doing pretty well with 499. We've then got the PWS Esports team, 438. We've then got Team Moose, who are in the McLaren, they're on 413. Team Sendeo in the BMW with 376. We've then got Crew Chiefs in the Bentley, 353. And then a series of 4 McLarens. Team Burning Bear, which I believe there's no races for today, 311. Slow Fanatic Team, 308. I think there's only one of them racing today due to Branco recovering. Stingray Racing, 202. DB8 Racing 142, and Turn 1 Bentley 37. Wahoo haven't raced from the start. So without further ado, let's get into the crux of the stream. And we're going to be on board with John Saunders. We'll let him get his lap done, and then what we'll do is we'll do a quick lap guide. Malcolm, hi Andy S. Hi Malcolm Misano. No, I like that one. So what we'll do is we'll wait till John Saunders comes around the corner and starts a new lap, and I'll do a bit of a lap guide. Nothing mega, obviously I try not to do these midweek, but I may not be around for some of the GT3 races this weekend, so I'll make do what I can today. He's just coming out the final but one corner, and he's now heading onto the straight. So the idea is here, he'll get his foot down, he'll get the car to the left hand side. He may drift off track a little bit to the left to take him into this very difficult, tricky right-hander, then left-hander. Now, these don't have names per se. They'll get the balance right in this left-hander, and then this will take him into the Variante del Parco. Again, get the balance right, get the car drifting left into the Curva del Rio. This is like a double right-hander, then a left-hander. And then if you get a good exit out here, there is a passing opportunity up the inside. We are on the straight now, and this at the end of the straight will take us into Curva Pusia. Good angles there, taking it quite close, getting the power down. And then this right-hander, he'll drift left, cut across to the right, and that's Curva Tremonto. He'll be looking to get the power down as soon as possible here onto this other fast straight. It's straight with a kink, but you can take the kink at full tilt. In fact, it's got two kinks. The first kink is called Curvone, Curve 1 if you want to say it like that. Curvone. This doesn't have a name, but again, you can take this flat. If you're looking to brake around now, getting the brakes hard down, and then this will take him into the right-hander called Curva del Carro. He'll try and get the car left, then to the right again, and take the next corner and try and keep the power down on this corner, which he can do, and that'll take him to the left-hander of Curva Misano. And that's a lap with John Saunders, and let's see what lap time he's done there. So straight to the timing screens of 1:35.0. That's a very good lap. So we'll jump on board this time with Terry Trowbridge, who's doing another lap. And what we'll do is we'll see the view from outside his car as well as the view from inside his car, just so we get to see obviously the little aspect of where he is on the track in relation to where he sees himself in the car himself. Sometimes gives you a good understanding of where they are on track and how they're getting the power down when you see it like this perspective. So I do like showing it like this a little bit. Hi Derek, hi Krista, hi Melvin. No Moosers driving at all. Right, okay. It's interesting. So we've got 16 cars on track. So there will be 16 cars racing. Not many people usually drop out of the Team Constructors. So Terry's on a 1:35.9 at this rate. That's a good opening lap for Terry, that. Now he's lost a bit of time in that corner, and that's moved him up into 7th place. Let's jump on board with Merch. Merch is coming towards the end of his lap. Merch is currently 4/10 up, and he's going for a 1:35.8 or 1:35.9 as it stands. Is he going to take it? Good exit out of there, and Merch has gone up into 7th place to take that position. So I'm going to jump on board with David Gerrard. David Gerrard, I was just about to say, was on a really good lap then, but has just binned it. So without further ado, we'll jump on board with Mark Sutherland. And follow his lap. So yeah, he's cutting the corner right, allows you to get the power down. Get it wrong ever so slightly, the car will drift right there, and if you get too far, it'll go onto your car and you'll lose a shed load of time. I'd say a boat load of time, but as they're in the Bentley, it'd be a bloat load of time, wouldn't it? Hi Kai, welcome to the stream. Pleased that the sound and all that's working. It's good to hear that, guys. Managed to get all my prep work done then. So hopefully you can all enjoy the stream in glorious 4K. And what you won't realise is the little window is also a little bit bigger and is also in 4K. I'm now running that on a different machine. So previously that little window was running on a laptop, and it's now running on a gaming machine, my actual gaming machine now, as opposed to my streaming machine. That's why the picture looks much better, much smoother than it did previously. We've got all the details of the car on there. And of course with Nikos just joining us, all the glorious liveries that he's done as well. Sutherland's 2/10 up here. He's open to get into the 134s. And as you can see, Chris Bourne's done that, and he's done a 135 flat there. So just a bit of a struggle. Let's jump on board with Mark Christopher halfway around his lap. He's currently 4/10 up. He's really struggling though, mid 136s at the moment. He did say to me yesterday, I think it was yesterday, he thinks the Aston's now starting to struggle on this track a little bit. David Gerrard's done all right with it, to be fair, but he did say it's a bit of a struggle compared to last season when we raced here in that unforgettable GT2 race. For those who watch the stream, you know exactly which one I'm on about. Yeah, he's 6/10 up here. Still only going to put him in the low 136s. He's only going to jump forward one place here. So he's really struggling, Mark, at the moment. I think there you go. He's just jumped one place forward. Let's jump on board with AJ. So AJ's 4/10 up. So he's currently on a 135.1 and he's 4/10 up, half a second up now He's going for a 1:34.6 as it stands. He's got a long way to go though, so he could make a lot of time. Chris Bourne is now done a 1:34. Are we going to see a 1:33? The aliens are just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. It doesn't bode well for Sunday, because these guys are absolutely flying. Chris Bourne, I think, has gone off or gone to the pits. Yeah, he's gone to the pits. So AJ's got a cracking run down here now. All that lock to get that car to turn in then, and then get your braking point right. Get the power out. You see just the traction control kicking in there, just preventing him from getting full power. Again, he's 0.8 up. He's going for a 1:34.3 here, which will put him into second place. Is he going to do it? 1:34.3 and a 1:34.28, even quicker than anticipated. Let's jump back to Terry. Terry, I was going to say Terry's going quicker once again, but he's just lost 0.4 in that corner alone, and he's now he's not gaining per se, but he's not really losing, so he's not going to gain in the table. He's the only driver on a good run at the moment, so it's looking tasty between Chris Bourne and AJ, and then John Saunders down the barrel, and then Mark Sutherland, the other driver, in the 1:34s. Quite a few drivers then in the 1:35s, and a couple in the 1:36s. Billy Stewart's joined. I presume he's just getting his outlap. I've not seen Billy on the server, so racing. So we'll be getting going on this. I know the thief's you, Nikos. Stealing everyone's Wi-Fi. Big giveaway. Terry's gained a 10th here, but he's not gaining much at all. He's not going to jump up. He might jump up one place actually in front of Johan. We know Johan's quick, so this will be interesting if he can do this. He's now looking to gain 2 places as it stands. He could gain 3 places and get into the 1:34s. Is he going to do it? Yeah, he's obviously he's finished that lap. He's on another lap now, but he's going faster again here. Lost time. He was 0.4 up at one point, which means he's on the 1:34s. No, he's losing time. Oh no, he's alright there actually. Just needs to get the power down. He is struggling to get the power down for some reason. It's just not wanting to obey. Aaron Shannon's 1 second up at the moment from a 1:37.9. So as it stands, he's going to make it into the 1:36s, and he did a 1:36.8. So well done, Aaron. Cracking time that. Jeremy's looking for a 1:37 as it stands, as is Billy. So there's a separate battle going to go on towards the back here. Terry's still 1/10 up. He's the only driver with the exception of Billy, who's on a quick lap at the moment. Now Jeremy did a 1:37.2. Is Terry going to gain time? He could do with a couple of tenths here, and he's lost it all. So he's not really going to better his time. But let's jump on board with Billy. See how Billy's doing. He's coming around the last corner. I do expect Billy to go faster this next lap actually. We've got 3 minutes of qualifying left to go, and he's done a 1:37.6, and as he's getting used to the track and the tyres are coming into play, I think we'll see Billy just get a little bit quicker on this. Although the McLaren does look like he's struggling. Getting a lot of late turning in there, It's like the car doesn't want to respond to him at all. He's trying to get the car to turn in, and again you heard him ease off the accelerator there. The car is just not sticking to the road, so he's having to overbrake and compensate for it. Listen again, it doesn't want to turn in, so he's having to take his foot off the accelerator all the time. That was alright, he got the power down well there, and that gave him 2/10. So that corner, he seems to get right now. Is that a tyre issue? His tyres are now coming up to temperature? I don't really know. He's still not in the green. So Jeremy, as it stands, is safe in 15th place. We've got 2 minutes left to go of qualified, so still a good lap or 2 in for people as it stands. No, and he's lost. Oh, he's 1/10 up here. He's 2/10 up. He doesn't want to go too far wide. He's lost a tenth. And he lost what he had. He's back again. He needs good power out here. He's going for 2 tenths. 2 tenths. And he's done a 1:37.4. Good recovery of that, Billy. Let's go back with John Saunders. John Saunders is going quicker again. He's 2 tenths up to take him into the 1:34.5s at the moment. Oh, he has just lost a tenth there. So he is. He's pushing. He's pushing. He's pushing. Meanwhile, Mr. Bourne is nudging 1:33. He's not there yet, but he is nudging 1:33. Now he's lost time. He was on the one. He was 200ths of a second off a 1:33. And John Saunders is now 2 tenths up, 3 tenths up. He's had a great exit out of that corner, and he's gone wide. That's his lap spoilt, and he will get another lap to go. So he's going to be able to carry this on. Craig Holmes, who we've not been on board with yet, he's on a 1:35. His best is a 1:35.6. He's 1/10 up as it stands. He got a bit slippy coming out of that corner then. He's gained a tenth in that corner, and he's lost it getting the power down. He really does need to get a good run out of here. As it stands, he will move up 1 position in front of Roman. And he's lost his time there. He's not going to go any further forward as it stands. And that will be the end of Craig's qualifying. So Craig will finish a maximum of 8th. I mean, to be fair, there's no one challenging behind, so he's pretty safe. We've lost a driver. Now, who have we lost? David Gerrard. Oh no, David Gerrard's there. Mark Christopher's there. Who have we lost? I'm trying to work out who we've lost, but we've definitely lost another driver. Can't work out who it is we've lost. That's it, he's pitted. I think that's qualifying coming to an end. We've got just a couple of cars out on track. Mark Christopher's parked up. He's off track. I can't work out who we've lost. Oh, John Saunders. Oh, right, okay. Thanks, Andy. Game's crashed. I'm hearing loads of that recently. Hopefully he can get back in before the start of the race, and it will put him in the relevant position. Hi, James. Back after this. Sorry about that. Let's go to the stream. Right, let's have a quick rundown. Chris Bourne in pole position. AJ Jones, both in the Bentley, as you can see there, and there's a bit of a theme here. You can also see John Saunders, who's made it back. Welcome back, John, in the number 10 Bentley, and he's closely followed by Mark Sutherland, who's also in the Bentley. So yeah, definitely a pattern there. We then have the first of the McLarens, which is Johan Larsson, closely followed by the Aqua Green of David Gerrard. We then have another of the Bentleys, which is Terry Trowbridge, and then Roman Mark, who's running solo today. We have the two green liveries of Craig Holmes and Neil Bywater. We have the BMW of Merch Pownov and Mark Christopher in the other Aston Martin Aqua Green. We then have Goran Larsson in the Team Burning Bear McLaren, and we have Aaron Shannon, who's also in Crew Chiefs there. And then towards the back we have Jeremy Arabas, who's in the Team Syndeo with Merch, and Billy Stewart, who's in Stingray towards the back. So that's where we are as it stands. Just let me get me my screen back a little bit. I seem to have lost everything what I'm doing. He says trying to get his mouse back. It's always a problem, this trying to get my mouse back. And I don't know why. Help! No mouse. No, I'm struggling. I've lost my mouse. You leave it clicking the keys, trying to find it. It just doesn't want to play ball at the moment, which is a bit of a problem. No, I can't get my mouse back. Hence why you're not seeing what you should be seeing there. Oh, first world problems, eh? It'll come back to me in a minute. It's just trying to find which application it'll give me the map.
Green light. Give it all you can.
No, I'm really struggling, guys. Bear with me. Right. No, I've lost my mouse. Completely, utterly lost it. Ah, and there's been contact as well, which is really, really disappointing. Oh, that went pear-shaped. Oh. Right, I'm just going to put that into window mode a minute. Even get my window back, my mouse back. Right, I've got my mouse back, so what I can do is I can make that, transform that. So just bear with me a second, guys. Stretch the screen. And hopefully I can get this back up and running. I did say I've just reinstalled everything, so there we go. There was an incident early on, which obviously I've missed now, so my apologies for that. And there's been another incident, just a bit of a love tap there between Neil and Mark Christopher. Sorry about the technical problem there. Hi Patrick, yeah, a bit of a, I think you cursed the stream, mate. It's alright, I got there in the end. It's because ACC, when it's not running in window mode, it claims all the resources and normally run it in a window. In this instance I didn't, so that's a bit of a mistake. So when I do the in-car one, I'll have to do the same on that as well in a minute. I'll have to maximise the screen. So what I'll do is on the other screen I've got Billy Stewart, and I'll put that on and you'll see what I mean. But that window is not full screen, so what I can do now is I can make that window, he says trying to find it, on there. I can transform that to stretch the screen. There you go. And let me get this other one so the details are off. There you go. Sorted. Right, bit of a fluster there. Woo! So Billy's putting pressure on, as you can see there, on Jeremy. Johan Larsson, meanwhile, is putting pressure on David Gerrard. So the McLaren on the Aston Martin. And you can see the battle at the back of the grid there as well. I'll keep an eye on that just to see if there's going to be any movement as well. And you can see there Johan's outbroke himself a little bit. AJ's had contact. I presume it's just a bit of a brush. It's not saying he's had contact with. So I do think it's just a bit of a brush there. So yeah, let's keep that battle going. Chris Bourne is going to try and stretch his legs, but as you can see there, AJ's got a bit wide there. Sorry, that's John Saunders trying to catch, and then behind that we've got Mark Sutherland. Right, I'm going to jump forward a little bit on the other camera because we've got Christopher now putting pressure on Craig Holmes. So Christopher in the Aston Martin. Right, there's been an incident here. So Larsson's gone off, as we can see there. Now I think David Gerrard and him, I don't think they've come together. Yes, they have. They've come together. Let's have a quick look at that and see how much they did come together. So you can see there, Larsson's behind, quite significantly behind there. Oh, he's been caught by Gerrard. So David Gerrard there has had a bit of a tank slapper, took him off track and has made contact. So I think I missed that first time round, my apologies. Hi Robert. Yeah, will do mate. It's, as I said, I've had some technical difficulties today, so mainly a reinstalling machine. So yeah, there's a few little things I need to change. So Christopher's now cut clear a little bit. Goran is now putting pressure on Jeremy. So Billy's obviously had a mistake as well because he's dropped further back. And you can see the battle here. I'm going to jump forward to Roman, but back to Roman Mark. Aaron Shannon is putting pressure on Johan, but as we know, Johan's hit the barrier. He may have a bit of damage. I would expect Johan to carry on. And you can see that down the back of the grid there as they're racing. So Roman is putting a lot of pressure on Terry here. Let's... yeah, the gaps. The gap is with Aaron now in that window. And you can see he's going to be passed. And that gap is... Oh! Contact there. That contact was between... I think that was Larson and Shannon. Yes, it was. It was Johan and Shannon. Now again, it looked like a car had gone off track and gone wide and come back on. I don't think Larson's having much of a run at the moment. And in fact, if you see behind, you'll see that we've got two Larsons next to each other. Got Johan and Goran behind him there. We've got the two McLarens together. Let's go back to Roman there. Billy's now caught up to Goran, so let's go back on Billy. Hi Paolo. Good afternoon. Billy's just getting, I think Billy seemed to struggle in qualifying. He just couldn't get that car to turn in, so I don't think he was struggling. It was the car that was struggling. You always tend to find a bit more in race, so I can see Billy now starting to move up. Right, this is getting interesting now. I'm going to jump forward. Saunders is now putting pressure, as you can see, on AJ. So Saunders is now getting his, hopefully his PC won't crash on him. He's really getting to grips with AJ now in the T-Lam Bentley. See how this transpires, and you can see there the two McLarens are racing each other now, Johan and Goran, and Johan's trying to pass Goran there, but I don't think he's done it. He's managed to do it just yet. So let's go to that. And in fact, Goran's passed Johan. I think Johan might have a problem here because he seems to be quite easy meeting. In fact, Johan has gone off again. He's yellow. I can't see him there, but he's definitely off track. And has he parked it up? He's really struggling. Let's just go to Johan. Yeah, that car's really not looking healthy at all. So he's putting it back. Oh dear, yeah, that's looking rather battered. Well, that explains what's happened to Johan there. He's obviously gone off a few times, Johan, now. He did smash his back end early on. That's probably caused a bit of an issue with his car. And he'll now be in the pit. I don't know how long he'll be in the pit for. I don't get to see that information. There's no other battles immediately on track. Holmes is putting pressure on Bywater. Now, this is a replay of the... not a replay, this is a continuation of the battle at the Nürburgring, where these two had a battle with each other and made contact several, well, I'm not going to say several, 3 times. So it's worth keeping an eye on this just to see where it transpires, because Craig is only 6/10 behind. You can see Saunders is not making any headway there on AJ. AJ's keeping it at bay, but Mark Sutherland's not really making any impact on John Saunders either. Meanwhile, Chris Bourne is disappearing at the front. I'm going to jump back a couple of cars to Roman. So Roman now is looking pretty quick, and he's putting pressure on Terry Trowbridge now, who's in the other Old Boys Network Bentley. Right, Derek, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, adjusting to it, especially on cornering, will be significant. But he's going quicker now, Billy. I've just looked at his last lap time. He's definitely getting to grips now with this track and this in the car. So I think we'll see Billy starting to move forward a little bit now. Johan's still in the pits. I presume multiple damages have caused, quite a bit of time to lose. So, let's have a quick look, and he's coming back out again. So the pit stop's like doing a lap here, as you know. It's absolutely massive. So we're back on board with Saunders. Saunders is still trying to put pressure on AJ, but he has lost a bit of time here. AJ just seems to be quicker in the middle section as they come down the straight. And as they're all Bentleys, all the same power, all the same grip, same tyres, same struts, everything. And now I'm going to jump forward to Neil Bywater on the bottom window, because Neil is now putting pressure on Roman Mark. Saunders isn't giving up, so I'm going to switch now the stream to Bywater, and we'll go to the helicam. As you can see there now, Neil's got some great speed, and he is catching Roman visually there, and equally I think he's pulling another Bentley with him. I think the Bentley's renowned as being one of the better cars around this track, Misano. So yeah, it's understandable why the Bentleys are leading, to be honest. What I'm going to do in the other window is I'm going to put Saunders. Keep an eye on Saunders. Now he's got a great run there, but AJ, now is he going to make it? AJ's got the inside line. Let's make sure there's no contact. Saunders really needs a good run to get him on the straight here. And is he going to make it happen? I don't think he's going to have enough to make it happen. He is 3/10 behind. Let's go to the... not that one. That one. No, I'm trying to find a camera angle for that view that allows us to see what's going on. Now I did do a driver view, but it just showed me the rear wing, so I have no idea what's going on there at all. Yeah, we'll do it from the bonnet, that's all I've got access to on that little window. I'm using different software on the other machine to control the cameras, so it's not quite the same. And you can see there now, it's pulled back a little bit. I'm going to jump back. Saunders is now being pressured by Sutherland. So again, that camera angle is of Saunders and the rear wing of him, and you can see now that in fact Craig Holmes has lost out to Mark Christopher behind. Now I'm going to jump forward to Terry Trowbridge. So Roman Mark has now caught up Terry, and Terry has now caught up David Gerrard, but Roman will now be breathing down the back of Terry here. Paolo, there's a 3-driver limit, and the scoring works slightly different. So if you have a 1, 2 and 3, the first driver gets full points, the second driver gets half points, and the third driver gets a third of the points. It's so that we balance it out for teams that have only got 2 drivers, and to maximise the ability to people to score points, but not have 3 quick drivers and get 30 points every week. Maximum points every week, shall I say. So yeah, there's a limit of 3 drivers maximum. You can see there Sutherland's really gaining on Saunders now. Well, that little push Saunders has it caused problems with his tyres. This is the man to be with at the moment. Let's look at the rear, the wing of Terry. You can see there the Old Boys Network in lovely print, the reflection. Really trying as Roman, but all the time Roman's doing this, Neil Bywater's gaining. So this is helping Neil gain. We're obviously catching and passing are 2 different things. Roman got a great run there, but he could very easily put himself at problems for the next corner here. Looking very stable, to be fair, as Roman. And you can see there, Neil, that's the bit I said, if you go off track there you'll lose time, and he lost quite a chunk of time there to Roman. But to be fair to Terry, Terry's got great angles coming into these corners, and he's going to get a good steady run out. Roman can't really do anything. Roman won't look for the inside there, that would be suicide, trying to go for the inside. I do think Terry could have probably took a wider angle in there though. But he's got the Bentley with the power down looking great there. You'll see he didn't manage to pull away a little bit there, so he got the power down quicker than Roman did in the McLaren. Saunders is back on the backside of AJ, and he's also being pressured by Mark Sutherland. So there's a threesome going on there. 2 black Bentleys and 1 white and red Bentley. Let's go and see who's going to come out on top there. Yeah, this isn't really going anywhere, is it, too much? Let's have a see what it looks like from Roman's car. Lots of steer to get the corner in there. I'm still looking at Saunders in the mini window. Having a good run there is Saunders. I think it's fair to say again, hopefully his hardware holds out and he doesn't get a game crash. Incidentally, which is what Ian's problem's been with game crashes. So Ian, just for your benefit, John Saunders had a crash before in the game, so you're not the only one. But if at least your guys are looking at it now, you should get a bit of a success. And Saunders is going for it here, but you're never going to make a pass on the outside there, and we've seen him do this before, and we'll see AJ go defensive, but what it will do is it'll push Saunders into Sutherland now. So Saunders is looking for a good run here. Is he going to get that run? He's not close enough, and you'll also see that AJ's got the inside lane. Let's go to the helicam of that and see what's going on there. Sutherland's quick through that corner, but Saunders gets the power down brilliantly there. He seemed to take a smoother curve rather than an aggressive curve, and it was like he probably could keep the power down a little bit more. Don't want to go too far off the curb there and hit the sausages, because again it will upset the balance of the car with the sausages on this track. And they're both stealing what they can there, coming down the straight, trying to gain on each other. Now this is the tricky bit, getting the power down but not drifting too far left. As you can see there, Sutherland's done that, and that will probably be an invalid lap as a result of that. So if this was going to be the fastest lap, it would now be invalidated. And he's really cutting the corners. In fact, he was on the grass there, was Sutherland. So he's been really aggressive trying to catch them corners. Saunders isn't giving up. He's putting a lot of pressure on AJ here. This is where the battle's at. And we now have another battle. Roman is right on the backside of Terry now, and he was really close a second ago, within a couple of tenths. So I think something's going to give in a minute. I'm not going to say what, but I think something's going to give. 2 very good close battles going on this track. And Roman in the McLaren's having a fantastic run against the Bentley there. You can see there, again, Saunders very, very quick under braking there. Gets again that lovely angle coming out the corner. And they're all looking to keep the power down, and they all manage to get that done, and then get your braking point for this corner. And again, get a good run down the straight. And as you can see there, Roman's also doing the same. He's trying to put pressure on Terry, and he's more or less having the same drive as what Saunders is against. Now he's got a good run here, but it's not going to be enough. Norman Larson's gone off track towards the back. Got the Saunders AJ one looks like it's going to finish like this. We've got 26 minutes left to go, and no one seems making gains, but you can see Roman is braking later and later and later to try and get that advantage over Terry. So I'm going to switch the view now to that battle, and I will keep an eye on the other battle as well. He's got a good run coming around the corner here, but he just doesn't seem to make much of a headway on the straight though, unfortunately. Going well there. Again, he's got a good run out there as Roman this time. Don't think it's going to be enough to pass the Bentley on the straight here. The straight's just not long enough, but Saunders was very close to AJ then. Let's quickly jump to Saunders. Again under braking, but he got within 1/10. I'll keep switching between these two battles because they both deserve, the big screen. And Jeremy has just made a pass on Goran towards the back there. Goran's looking like he wants to take it back, but Jeremy's now moved up 3 places, so he'll be pleased with that. Back to John Saunders, and he's still trying to outmuscle AJ here, but AJ's keeping it on track, and Sutherland sat behind waiting for something to happen. Roman is now under pressure from Bywater, so he's gone from the hunter to the hunted. So that what you'll see now is, and there's been contact towards the back, and it looks like Goran just hit the back end of Jeremy a little bit there, but no driver spun. What you'll probably find here is if Roman starts defending against Neil, we'll see Terry scamper off into the distance, but Roman really doesn't want to be looking in his mirrors. He wants to be trying to concentrate on Terry and then seeing if they can gain on the car in front of Terry, which is David Gerrard. What I'll do in the mini window is I'll do a quick rundown of the cars for you so you can see where the cars are. So in pole position and running currently in first is Chris Bourne. He's currently 5 seconds clear of the nearest car. In second place, as we know, we've got AJ. He's being pressured significantly by John Saunders. As of yet, no driver's made a mistake there. In third place, we've got John Saunders, as we know, and he's equally now being pressured by Sutherland. Saunders got a bit happy though with the loud pedal. David Gerrard is 7 seconds behind this lot now, so he's losing a bit of time, but he's safe where he is because there's no driver initially pressurising him. Terry Trowbridge is 2 seconds behind that. He's on quite a good race at the moment, keeping it on track, getting his car around the corners. And in the place behind that, less than a second, is we've had a bit of a change and we've had a car go off. So let's just go back to Gerrard and see what happened there, because I missed that. So Gerrard's come round the last corner. He's lost several places, that's all. So let's see where he's gone wrong here. He stole the curbs. You can see the sausages there. He just overcooked it there. He's lost a couple of places. So the other cars will come round now and they'll pass him as well. So the PWS and Craig will both pass him. Unfortunate. Back to Saunders. So where were we? Sorry. Neil Bywater. And then Mark Christopher's 6 seconds behind Neil Bywater. Craig Holmes is less than a second behind Mark Christopher, so I think we're going to see another bit of a battle coming on in a minute. David Gerrard, who we've just seen went off track, is a second behind these two. Now luckily he won't have damaged his car, so he should have pace. Now Sutherland is getting very close to Saunders now. So we noticed Saunders did a little bit of a drift before. How his tyres starting to go off. And Sutherland's noticed that, and you can see there, under braking there, John's car just seems to twitch a little bit, which is an indicator he's been pushing his tyres. 22 minutes in, it should start going off in that now as well. You can see Sutherland under braking, much more aggressive under braking. Aaron Shannon, 17 seconds behind David Gerrard. See there, Sutherland stole that corner, and Saunders there, I think, got a bit of an oversteer, or deliberately moved the car, I couldn't really tell. 5 seconds behind Aaron, we've got Jeremy. And then less than a second than that, we've got Goran in McLaren. And then 5 seconds behind that, we've got Billy in the Stingray. 4 seconds behind that, we've had Merch. So Merch has had a problem and gone off somewhere. We've not seen that. He's not come up with contact with anyone, so it's a self-inflicted mistake, I presume. And then 1 lap down, we've got Johan towards the back of the grid. But let's keep focused on the battles here. There are a few battles actually still going on. Roman, I'm going to put this to the helicam, is not giving up on Terry, and Neil is not giving up on Roman. So that battle's like the one at front, although Neil's just gone very wide there as it stands. Jeremy's had contact with somebody. I can't work out who. Oh, it looks like Jeremy's come into contact with Goran. Jeremy hasn't lost time there, so I think it was more like a tap rather than a send it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the view of the stream, so the bottom window is going to be Saunders and the big window is going to be Roman, just so we get to see what's going on the big screen, because this battle's a bit tastier. I know Saunders is under pressure, but this battle's a little bit tastier, but at least you get to see both battles going on at the same time. 20 minutes to go. These three are still at it, as are the you can see Saunders now is starting to lose track of AJ. So is that Saunders defending and he's losing time because he's defending from Mark, or are his tyres genuinely going off? 11 viewers, 8 likes, numbers don't add up. Come on guys, hit that like button and get it smashed. The lap times are, Chris Bourne has done a 1:34. The last lap times of these guys is 1:36.8. Both Terry and Roman were in the 1:36.8 and Neil was a 1:36.7. So what I'll do to show you is I will put up on the screen a split and let you see what the splits are showing. Or I was hoping to show you the splits. Give me a second. There you go. I'll move that over a little bit so it's not interfering with the screen. On the left we've got Terry's and on the right we've got Roman's, and you can see there the times are very, very close between them. Well, both did a 1:36.3 as well, so they're very consistent if nothing else. And now Saunders has caught up to AJ again and dropped Mark Sutherland. What do I know, eh? And Roman's looking quick here. Saunders is looking quick as well. Don't know where to put the cameras. And you can see Neil's also going for Roman. So after Roman being very close there, very close on both screens, I don't know where to look. This is oh, he's gone on the inside. Neil's gone for it. No contact was made. Oh yes, there was. So Neil did get a contact with Roman. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Roman's not giving up though. And as you can see, don't you just love it when a little window pops up on your computer and you can't get rid of it? So just give me a second to get rid of that little pop-up. It says trying to use the mouse with a left-handed button. There you go, somewhere around there. Just give me a second while I remove that pop-up. Ironically, it popped up on my main PC exactly the same time. So yeah, don't you just love software? Roman's not giving up, and Saunders is not giving up. I do. Neil's very hard to pass, so I do think Neil will hold off Roman. Let's go back to the battle at the front. Yeah, he's really AJ's really on against it now. Look, you can see Sutherland's joined the party again now. Meanwhile, Chris Bourne's 8 seconds down the road, so these three are really going for it. What I'm going to try and do is on the little window, I'm going to do that, and on the big window, I'm going to do that. But what we've got now is a view from Saunders' car, in the big window with the car in front, and on the mini window we've now got the wing of Saunders, so you can see his car front and rear. You've got the mirrors as well, but seeing it from that angle I think just adds a little bit different. Got a good run here, but Jones has put his car in a place where he knows he can't make the pass, and that allows Sutherland to gain, as you can see there. So Sutherland got very, very close there. So I'll have to be very quick at some point with the helicam and switch to the helicam if this all goes pear-shaped. and one of the cars goes for a pass. Great racing this. There is still battles going on all over the place. Roman's still behind Neil. David Gerrard behind Craig Holmes. Well, that's an Aston trying to get past the Bentley. Saunders is sandwiched between these two Bentleys here. I know he's in a Bentley himself, but yeah, two Bentleys from the same team, and he's separating them. And I presume he wants to pass AJ so he can scamper up forward with and give support to Chris. He's just not getting the drive the same as what AJ is at certain corners, though. But they're breaking into some corners. He's gaining here. He's trying to. I thought he was going to try and force the inside corner there, but he's not. We'll lock on to get around that corner, and we go again. Great stuff there. Great stuff. Just goes a bit wide. Next braking point. Get the power down early out of this corner. And you can see there AJ just went also a bit wide, but AJ's pulled a bit of a gap. Now the problem that Saunders has got here is he's now getting pressure from behind. And there's been contact. I'm going to switch to the contact. I'm going to go to the replay because someone's lost out somewhere here. So Gerrard has gone up the inside of Holmes. He's made the pass. There's no contact there. And then there's contact there. I'll pick the pieces out of that one. And obviously that's Craig Holmes is going to get himself going again. He's not going to get past because the gap between him and Aaron's big enough. But he's going to struggle hunting down David Gerrard now because he's 11 seconds clear. This could end anywhere. This really could end anywhere. Although, as I said, for the last 15 minutes, Saunders hasn't made the pass. Neil Bywater's gone a bit slow there behind Terry. He's not gone off track. It's just recording he was going slow, so I don't know what went on there. He was white flagged, which means he's not running at race pace for the part of the track he's on. Saunders very close there. Jeremy's made the pass on Goring again. So them two are swapping places for fun. Saunders is going to get a good run here. That was an excellent corner. AJ's got the power down. But AJ's gone very defensive there. He's gone the inside. He is not letting Saunders past. So Saunders is going to get a better run coming out here, as you can see there. But he's just not going to be able to make it happen. Again, he's on the outside, and we're going to see AJ go up the inside and claim the corner and keep his position. So we're looking for a mistake now. Now we've got 12 minutes to go. At some point we will see sort of defects in the tyre starting to kick in, and I do think that will cause problems. I'm going to jump to Merch, and the Merch has just managed to take Goring then. I just missed that a little bit. That was just a bit of a by the way what else is going on track. Merch's best laps are 1:36.3. Fastest lap is Chris Bourne with a 1:35.1. AJ is second with a 1:35.3, and third place is John with a 1:35.4. So the position the guys are in are representative of the lap times as well. Actual fact. That's why these guys are all at the front, because of the lap times. Very consistent as well from all of them. Saunders must be sick of the sight of Saunders' car, and Saunders must be sick of the sight of AJ's car. Because they are not giving up at all. He's got a good run there as Saunders again, but he's just not going to be able to make that pass. Or is he? No, he just couldn't hit the drive out the corner. Very good drive, just not enough. He's all over, trying to work out where to pass. Oh, is he making his stick? Big contact. Sutherland's going to gain a position here as well. Now, looking at that, I think let's have a quick replay of that again and just have a look. I think, in actual fact, looking at that, I think Saunders' pace, give it them here. How far alongside was he? Well, that's fine there. A good run here. Yeah, interesting. I feel like saying he don't think he had enough cover for that corner, and he's kind of forced it. But that gets locked with the stewards. I'll let the stewards decide that. It does mean now he can scamper off, and as you can see there, we've had a bit of an off from behind as well, and I think AJ is looking like he might lose another place. Now the PWS cars have both been running slow for some reason, both got white flags. These two are racing each other now, which is, when you're a team, can be dangerous. But look at this. Neil has caught up to Terry. Derek. And there's a mistake there from Neil. I think he was reading your message. Spent the last few minutes wetting myself laughing. As I said, let's see what the splits are. Some woman walking down the waterway splits, short dress with no panties on, showing all she's got, including the splits. Bit naughty. Brilliant. Oh, I think Neil was reading that as well at the same time because he lost position. Oh dear. Now he's back again, and Merch has passed Jeremy. They are teammates. Jeremy will let him go because he is the quicker driver, so that's fair comment. I'm glad you say the same, Krista. That's how I viewed it. If you're referring to the same one. I need to put my fan on because I'm actually baking in here. 2 PCs on. Hopefully you won't be able to hear it. That's a bit better. Pickor didn't happen. Nikos. now Nikos. You're going to get a reputation for yourself asking for picks like that. I think Malcolm, he did leave a third gap, but you still can't force yourself into a corner when you're actually not long enough alongside. Because the inevitable is the person who's taking the corner is going to cut in, which is exactly what happened there. But as I said, if it gets logged, let the stewards look at it. It seems to have eased off. This is the only battle on track on the RT mates, to be fair. So let's go back to this battle where Neil ended up losing places. He was doing well, Neil, as well. The 2 PWS cars are racing each other on track as well, so they're not going to pass each other. It achieves nothing for the risk. So Roman made it past. Roman is now trying to gallop down the street. Mark is still putting pressure on AJ in front. Don't be sorry, Derek. It's hilarious, that. Hope you didn't spill your drink or spit it out. I'd be very disappointed if you did that. Just trying to look where to go on track. There's not much to show, really, because everyone's running by themselves, really. Sutherland and AJ, you know, we concentrate on that quite a bit, and they're not going to pass each other because they're in the same team. There's no benefit in showing it. Plus, they've been on the cam for a long time. Let's ride on board with Chris for a bit. You know what? Let's have a bit of a TV tour of Chris. He is 5 minutes away from another victory. Seems to be getting quite regular now. That name and Chris Bourne, victory. But there are no other battles. He's still pumping in the 135s, Chris. He's the only driver. Oh no, my mistake. Terry Trowbridge is also pumping in the 135s. In fact, Terry Trowbridge is the fastest man on track at the moment. Yeah, Chris is consistent with lap times. Fantastic here. Just making it look so easy, isn't he? Okay. Don't really know where to go. It just seems to have died to death a little bit. Saunders has pulled a 4-second gap out on AJ now. Chris Bourne's now catching up the back markers. His first back marker is going to be... I think that's Billy, isn't it? He's caught up, yeah. Yeah, and his next victim is Jeremy, who's 7 seconds down the road. So we've got a couple of laps to wait yet. You might not even catch Jeremy at this rate. Neil Bywater's still trying to catch Terry. His inroads are very slow at the moment, though. He's not making the inroads he was doing early on, which does indicate the tyres are going off. We've got 3 minutes left to go for the race. Are we having a driver of the day? Any options? Got a couple of minutes to give me the driver of the day. I know who I'd pick. It's not always my choice, unless nobody in the chat says otherwise. I can see Neil getting the tyres a bit slidey. I'm out of the corner, putting the power down a bit too early. Yeah, so I think the tyres are now playing a part. It's always easy to give Chris Bourne driver of the day, but in some respects, you half expect it out of him. You know, you put him in a car, he'll just drive like he stole it. And ultimately, I think from a driver of the day perspective, we're looking for the unusual. The driver who doesn't usually give us something to watch them with, but ends up having a good race because of the way they've raced. So, any options? Any volunteers? What are we going for? So I'm giving it. You're looking at Chris Nikos. He's and Merch has had a drive-through. Track limits, and you can see there contact. Neil Bywater's gone for it. You got a much better run, and Terry's not giving it in, and it's all kicking off. And, Terry's gone down some slip road. Right, okay. Well, that definitely got a bit messy there. Terry weren't giving up, was he? Really wasn't giving up. There's a So that battle carries on, and they'll live to fight another day. I was going to say, Melvin, I think Terry has had a good race until the shenanigans at the end then. I think Terry's defended really, really well. I think Roman Mark's had a good race as well. He's battled, he's got himself up into 5th place. So there's a couple of drivers there, you know.
Right, man, leader is on the final lap. Give it all you
We'll go to Chris Bourne now, and we'll follow Chris Bourne as he goes round. Catching Jeremy up now. So he did catch Jeremy up as expected. Neil Bywater's not giving in on Terry, and in fact, are they going to come together again? Terry will be looking on his right, Neil will be looking to get him on the inside, which he's not going to do, and I suggest that that's going to end in that position. Yeah, to be fair, Patrick, that was where I was going through, and 627 has now got a drive through. That's Mark Sutherland. I don't have his name in my database. So Mark Sutherland has got a drive through for track limits. So that's going to put him down, and everyone's going to move up a position. So we're going for driver of the day. We are going for number 29, which is Roman Mark. Well done, Roman. And these two have come together again. And lost out. That's back to Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne's finished.
The leader has finished the race.
John Saunders is going to get 2nd place, so it's a 1-2. And AJ is 5 seconds behind. Is going to claim 3rd place. So we've got 118 in 1st. 2nd place we've got number 10. 3rd place we've got number 101. And hopefully I've got all their names registered. There we go. Chris Bourne, John Saunders and AJ. And we've got Roman Mark because Sutherland has pitted. Roman Mark finishes in 4th. Sutherland's in the pits. Terry Trowbridge comes over in 6th. Neil Bywater is going to come over in 7th after shenanigans with Terry. And David Gerrard is coming over in 8th. Craig Holmes, Mark Christopher, Craig Holmes. Aaron Shannon. Derek, AJ's been with the group a while actually, he's just not been racing. Sutherland's registered a while ago, but again not been on track. And that is it, guys. That is the race done. Hope you've enjoyed it. But yeah, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and see you soon.